Good evening, guys. I want to talk kind of softer because, there's other people here. I'm a famous guy. I don't want to draw attention. Oh, kidding. Anyways, one of these days, that joke's going to work. So I wanted to answer this quick question because I just got done doing a bunch of emails. I'm about to go hit the gym. But before I go to the gym, I wanted to answer this question by Cher M because I love this question. I love the opportunity. I love the story it's going to set up. Okay. Um, Cher asked, "How did I get into grooming for rich people?" Right, and I kind of stumbled into it. Really, I just kind of fell into it. So the location that I started as a bather at, it was actually in a very prime location, like one of the richest intersections in America. I didn't know this. I found that later. So, anyways, sorry, I got something stuck in my teeth. Anyways, so when I lost the business, a lot of my clients were already rich, right? Oh, so but I didn't know they were well off. Let's not say rich because they wouldn't consider themselves rich. Like I'm like, you guys are so rich. Like, no, but well off, wealthy, financially wealthy. I personally think that I had the wrong image of what a wealthy person was like. I grew up poor, so all my life, I just thought that I almost thought that it was righteous and noble to be poor, and it wasn't good to be rich, Especially, I kind of felt like it was inconsiderate, to have too much when everybody else, doesn't. Well, everybody else around me, what I saw in my experience, didn't have much. So I almost felt like it was wrong to have a lot. I thought people who had a lot of money were just cold, distant, people, like just calloused. And I couldn't have been more wrong. Um, so what happened was when I lost my business and I went to make my first house call, it was, I drive up to I didn't even think to look up the address beforehand. I just got the address. I was like, okay, I have the address. I'll GPS it that morning, right? So I go to there that morning, and I'm driving up into this neighborhood, and it's just, you could almost drive off the road looking at these houses, right? It's just amazing houses. I'm just like, my heart starts pounding. I'm like, oh my God, what? Like, what am I doing here? And then, because I was only charging like 60, $70, it wasn't like, and so anyways, I drive up to this house, and it's just, a beautiful house, right? And I'm just like, oh my God. And my hands started getting sweaty and shaky. And I started, feeling like nervous and anxious, anxiety started coming up. And I was like, what? And then I remember thinking, like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I breathing all fast? Like, why am I getting all worked up? This is the same lady I've been doing business with for the past 2 years. Like, and she's a very nice lady. Like, the thing is, she would always come in a Honda Odyssey because she had two young girls. They're older now. 7 years will do that to a girl. But anyways, but yeah, I mean, like, wow, I never would have imagined, I never would have thought that my client was well off like that, right? And I remember she was showing me around the house, even showing me where I'm gonna go and groom the dog. And she showed, we walked through this theater room. I was like, you have a theater in your house? Like, what? Anyways. So I remember thinking at that moment, like that day, after talking with her and just everything, I was just like, I have a problem. I need to change the way I think about rich people because obviously she's not a bad person. She's like probably one of the nicest people I've ever met. And a lot of my clients are. They're so generous, so giving. And that's probably, there's a saying, you'll never meet a rich hermit. Rich people are usually rich because they're easy to get along with. And so that's when I realized I have a big problem that I need to work with, that I need to deal with. I need to become, I guess, not so judgmental, about people just because of how much they have or don't have. Hey, what's up, Bargill? Shoot. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to come in and out really quick just to explain like how it all happened, and I'm glad it happened. So that's the thing is like one of my clients were already well off, and then one by one I started to do that, and then I found a house to do business in, and then I moved out west, came back, and so that's kind of how I had my clients. But then here's the crazy thing: none of my clients were famous, like super famous, celebrities. So you know, how the way I got that was it was what, even the one where I almost got a celebrity, but I wasn't able to do it because I wasn't willing to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and also I wasn't willing to put them in front of the waiting list, so it didn't work out. But even then, it was like a housekeeper for one of my clients. That's also a housekeeper for the famous person. Similar situation with another famous person. I was working at a client's house, and they saw the dogs that I groom. They worked for this super celebrity status person, and they told them about me. And then that's how they got in touch with me. So it was really through housekeepers, other service industry workers. It's like, I guess, and here's the thing. I even asked them, their name is Bruno and Mary. I asked Bruno and Mary, I was like, what is it about you guys that makes you so different, that makes you so high in demand, that everybody wants you? And, like, is it the cleaning products? Is it a certain brand that you use? Is it a certain steam shard, like certain new technology thing that you're using? What is it? And Bruno was like, no, sometimes we just use whatever they provide us. He was like, it's not that at all. And he thought about it. He was like, I think it's because they really know that we care. Like they always tell us, wow, you guys care so much. We can tell, you know? I was like, wow, that's it. That's the secret sauce. You have to care. You have to care about people, the people that you're serving, and they'll see it in your work. They can tell that you care about them when they see they see your work. They'll see it in your work. So, anyways, you know what? And I told the Captain Naaman story before in the Bible. The captain with leprosy, and he went into the river, dunked himself 7 times. Here's the interesting thing about that as well. It was the maiden, it was the handmaiden, it was the housekeeper. It was a servant girl in his home that was from Israel that told him about this prophet in Israel that he can go see named Elijah, right? Sometimes I think we get in these lowly positions, or what society would consider lowly positions, like dog groomers, or whatever, cashier, stocker at a liquor store. I cleaned buildings at night before, a janitor. Sometimes we get stuck in these positions that um, that maybe people consider lowly positions. But I think as long as you hold your integrity within yourself, pride in yourself, you do your work no matter what it is in a way that makes you proud, right? Jesus says, whatever work your hands find to do it with all your might, right? With all your heart and all your soul. Put everything into it, because where you're going after this, there's nothing, right? So these empty hands, with these empty hands, try to see how much we can do. Try to see how much positivity we can create before we leave with these hands. Bargill, there's a really well accomplished groomer that recently came into my town who's apparently working towards a master groomer, and he does something called Asian fusion. Yes. What does that mean? So Bargill, Asian fusion is like this like exaggerate. Japanese animation, like Asian the cartoons. You know how they're very exaggerated. The eyes are big, big hair, things like that. So it's kind of like that. It's that idea, like an anime look, for dogs. So that's when you'll see these big round muzzles, and then they shave it really tight around here, and then you'll have this big muzzle, that they scissor nice and round, and then they'll have like a big head or something, and then shaved ears with little poofs or something. Another thing they do is they do the neck and the body really tight, really short. Then they'll flare out really big, long, legs. If it's Yorkie, nice, long, big legs, and then, just stuff like that. Just doing very exaggerated styles, really short body, really long, flared out legs, stuff like that. Short, short around here, but then a really big ball right there, stuff like that. Bargill says, yeah, sounds kind of funky. It is, and it's fun. And you can play around with it. I remember one time I got a rescue dog in, and it was just matted everywhere. So what I did is I kind of did a Clydesdale, like Asian fusion inspired, just did a really short body because I had to. He was matted completely, so I had to, shave, remove all of that matted coat, and then the legs like from here all the way down, and I flared it out like Asian fusion style, so it looked like a Clydesdale, like a horse. Anyways, and I cut for the mane. Anyways, so yeah, you can kind of have fun with it. So anyways, I'm glad Cher asked that question because I wanted to at least address that. It's like I am so happy and grateful. I feel so lucky that I was able to meet my clients in their homes and find out how wealthy they actually were, because I would have never believed it, because I thought wealthy people were evil. I just grew up thinking that way. You know what did it for me was the Bible verse where Jesus said that it's easier for a rich man, no, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to go through the gates of heaven. And I was like, well, then I don't ever want to be rich, Here's the thing. It's about context. You got to put it in context, right? When Jesus said that, he was talking about the actual gate in Jerusalem called the Eye of the Needle. And I didn't know that. And the pastor who preached the sermon, he didn't, go through the trouble of researching, I guess. He didn't mention it. And so, I didn't know. So I grew up thinking that it's impossible for rich people to go into heaven. It's not impossible. Here's what Jesus was saying. The Eye of the Needle, if you Google it, I believe it's the eastern gate of Jerusalem or something like that. But anyways, it's a smaller gate. And if the camel was stubborn, right, then they would have to get the camel to get on his knees, take all the luggage off, take all the baggage off. And then one person would push from behind, one person would pull, right? And Stuart Wilds, when he tells about this story, he says, they say, hither, hither, camel, hither, hither, because that's how they spoke back then. Anyways, so that's how they got the camel through the eye of the needle. And so it wasn't impossible. It was just saying if you have a stubborn camel, then you got to get all the baggage off. One person pulls, one person pushes, and you get them through that way. Okay? So the analogy that Jesus was drawing was actually a very beautiful analogy. In order for a rich person to go through the gates of heaven, they have to be willing to let go of all of their luggage, all of their baggage, all of their belongings, right? And on their knees, humbly go through the gates of heaven. What a beautiful analogy. But we took that and we twisted it into meaning that if you're rich, you can't go through the gates of heaven because a camel can't go through the eye of a needle, So anyways, I really needed to work on my relationship with money and how I viewed money and how I viewed people with a lot of money. I needed to change that because Dr. Wayne Dyer, he says that you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are, who you are. So, and Jim Rohn, he says if somebody hands you $1 million, best you become a millionaire pretty quickly, so you get to keep the money, right? So I had to become the kind of person where, like how much money you have or don't have no longer mattered. I had to become financially free myself, and then, then the people with who also are financially free, I guess I feel more comfortable around me because they know that I'm not trying to take anything. I never I never go to my clients' homes and ask them, hey, I have this idea that, I need some investors and, could you do, or do you know this? Or no, none of that. I never try to use my clients or anything. And so many people have approached me too. Not so many people, a handful of people have approached me like, hey, June, I hear you have wealthy clients. I'm doing this kind of business. Can you? It's like, no, I'm not doing that. Why do you think my clients are so comfortable doing business with me? Because I'm not like that. I'm not trying to come at them with a business plan or a business deal or some sort of investment thing, or I'm not trying to get anything from them, because true success doesn't come at the anyone's expense. It comes at the service of others, not at the expense of others. So i'm I'm there to offer my service. That's it. Offer my skills and my talents and help them with their dog, right? And then I leave, and that's it. And yeah, I think too many times, when we run into people who we feel like have more than us, or they're in higher positions than us, I think too many times, we sour the relationship too quickly by thinking about what we can get from that person rather than thinking what we have to offer, you know? So, anyways, I want to stop preaching. It's because I haven't had any beer tonight. It's chai latte. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the gym. Thank you guys so much for your time. I hope this was helpful to you. And really think about this. If you don't have a lot of money in your life and you're attracting situations in your life where you're struggling for money, you never have enough money, it seems like. And it seems like you attract people in your life. All your friends are broke, right? Everywhere you look around, people are broke. Then maybe it's time to take a look at how you feel about money. Do you feel like it's a bad thing? Do you feel like it's evil? Do you feel like money is the root of all evil? Because it's really not. It's the love of money that's the root of all evil, not money itself. So if you have bad feelings towards money and having a lot of money, then you will never experience a lot of money, because why would you? Subconsciously, you would tell yourself, this is bad. I'm not a bad person. So you get rid of the money. You start giving it away to feel charitable. You start buying things that you don't need, spending it on things rather than investing it wisely. Because if you feel like it's wrong to have a lot of money, and people who have a lot of money are bad, then why would you ever allow yourself to have a lot of money? You wouldn't. You have to change the relationship that you have with money. You have to change how you look at money. And like what Dr. Wayne Dyer says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at, it literally changes. Anyways, I hope that helps. Thank you, Bargil, for your time and your participation. Thank you guys for supporting this new channel. Oh yeah, by the way, this weekend, Saturday afternoon, I'm going to be on a plane heading out to Boston to meet Teddy, who is a mixed of all sorts of breeds. He's from the streets, you know what I'm saying? And, word on the street is there's this Asian guy that can groom pretty much anything. I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to go and meet Teddy, see what the deal is. Um, Live stream it. Yeah, Bargy, I'm going to live stream it. So we'll see how it goes. Oh my goodness, this is from a regular client that I did just yesterday. I got bit, and on my thumb too. It got me pretty good. So this is from a regular client that was just having a bad day, right? I mean, because dogs, like people, we have bad days. Dogs have bad days. So let's just hope I'm not meeting Teddy on a bad day. So it'll be my first time meeting him, first time grooming him. So that'll be live this weekend. I'm calling that series Grooming to the Rescue. If you're a groomer and you're watching this, please take it. Please use that if you want. Anytime you're gonna do a project like this yourself for your YouTube channel, if you're gonna help a newly adopted dog, a dog that an owner is having problems with, that's maybe thinking about giving them up to the rescue shelter or something because they just can't handle it, stuff like that. Anytime you're about to help someone with their grooming and you're about to put it up on YouTube, use it. Grooming to the rescue. Let's make that a thing. That way, what I want to do is get the public to look at groomers and grooming as these talented, artistic, skilled individuals, because that's what we are. I want to take the grooming image, the public image, the image that the public has of dog groomers as a whole, the industry as a whole. I want to take it from out of the backyard, out of somebody's basement, that kind of image, and bring it to, the professional platform that groomers really deserve. So if you guys are with me, let's do it. Groomers to the rescue, right? Groomers to the. But here's it. I googled it. Groomer to the rescue. Someone's already using that. It's on Facebook and all this stuff. So that's why I put grooming to the rescue. Because I checked that. No one's using that. So, anyways, if you guys want to use it, grooming to the rescue, let's do it. That way we can make it. Create an awareness. Like, groomers are very helpful people. Margo, I'm not a groomer yet. Yes, you are. You're just not doing haircuts yet. But if you're washing dogs, if you're brushing dogs, if you're doing clipping nails, that's all grooming. So Bargil, I don't ever want to hear you say that you're not a groomer ever again. You shut your mouth. You shut up. I was kidding. But seriously, you're a groomer. You're just not a hairstylist yet. You just need to learn how to do the haircuts. Okay? So anyways, I better get out of here. I'll see you guys. I'm going to go to the gym, work out these muscles, get sexy. I'll see you guys.